What's going on, YouTube? This is Jim Afanis, aka Viper Magic, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the aftermath of the Valve paid DLC scandal. Now, if you're not aware, let me give you a really quick Cliff Notes version of what exactly went down. Steam, which is Valve's online distribution service for all things PC gamer enthusiasts, decided to enter into a trial partnership with Bethesda, who makes Skyrim, which is one of the most popular games on PC right now. And it hosts over 20,000 plus mods, which is an insane amount. They worked out a deal where they were going to try out paid mods. The modders were allowed to set the prices that they wanted. Bethesda got a cut, Valve got a cut, and obviously the modders got a piece of that. Now, arguing percentages and what the prices should have been set at is really a moot point. There were probably a lot of lessons learned there, and I think everybody just wants to assume that this was the gold-plated approach forward. And if you've played any PC games, and I know the people watching this video have, you know that everything is just one patch away from perfection. Look no further than Diablo, World of Warcraft, Grand Theft Auto Online. All these games need just a little TLC here and there. Why people think that the paid modding service would be any different is beyond me. Now, as you probably couldn't tell in the tone of my voice, I am a little more defensive about this service than I was in the past. And I thought about it a little more in terms of, did they really give it a fair shot? And I think the answer is no. It's funny because if you look that Gabe did an impromptu Reddit Ask Me Anything one day before the service shut down. And Bethesda, the day of, wrote this huge essay on why you got to give it a chance. They abruptly shut it down. And I got to say the blame falls squarely on Valve, and here's why. These guys have deep pockets. Now, I know Gabe works there. He's a full-time employee. And I know the guy who writes me after I put in a help desk ticket like 2 months later, he responds, and I know he's a Valve guy, so there's at least 2 employees out there in the Valve stratosphere, and of course I'm being facetious. My point is this. In their infinite wisdom, did they not think it would make sense to do some sort of either introduction or some sort of damage control on the weekend instead of just throwing the site out live on a Thursday to the hungry vultures that is us on the internet, and expect us to, and for them to expect that we would just suddenly open up our wallets and say, please take our money. We just want this site and the service so bad. I knew that, and I don't have a business degree, and I'm just barely an engineer. So to think that these guys who are trained business professionals who run a very successful business, who I would say is a monopoly in terms of online distribution, I mean, Origin does not hold a candle to these guys. And I mean, Valve is, if you are a PC gamer, you own Steam. That is pretty much your primary source of your medium to the outside world. So for these guys not to catch on to this is really baffling to me, and it makes me wonder what was really going on here. They sunk a lot of money and time into this. I'm sure that they did, working on arrangements with these hand-picked modders to develop some new content. Questionable in quality, no doubt, but content nonetheless. Brokering a deal with Bethesda, working out all the financial aspects of it, picking what they wanted to do, and then going live. Now, that surely took a lot of time and a lot of money, which is now completely gone. And unfortunately, other than a slew of hate messages and hate emails and, you know, I'm hating this game and I'm downvoting Skyrim and death to Valve and all that, they really don't have much to show for it in terms of if they wanted to tweak the system in the future, how they would go about that, because we really just don't know anymore. And unfortunately, it's not going to be coming back anytime soon, because look at the damage that was done. Look at how low things went. I mean, for them to pull it that fast after investing that much time, money, and effort into it is baffling. It does show one thing, and I will stand behind a point I made in my previous video. The consumer always has the final say. Now, people will say, well, geez, Jim, you didn't give it a chance. You would let the cream rise to the top. You would get the best mods that would be paid, and the crappy mods would drift by the wayside. Absolutely. That is exactly how the United States economy works. You pay with what you want. The sites that suck go away. The services that suck go away. That's just how businesses run. So why did Valve not get a chance with that? I don't understand. I will say this, though. The consumer was not prepared at all for this announcement, and they were not prepared nor happy for the ramifications of the announcement. So again, the consumer did get their way. Whether it was an informed decision or not, the consumer said, hey, we don't want this, and it is gone, baby. So my advice to Valve and my thoughts on the step forward. 1, Valve, you need to hire a better PR team, bro. Your PR team blows, okay? I mean, anybody could have done a better job at this. My 30 Twitter followers were better informed about this than you guys were. You guys had any chance of this? And number 2, the path forward is simple. You gotta take baby steps. People don't like change. Keep in mind, a lot of the people that are very mod-centric are people that are diehard PC enthusiasts. And they love this, and they do this for the fun of it. Now, to say there's not money involved is stupid, because everybody's about money. I'm about money. Yes, we all have day jobs. Yes, we all have a life outside of this little window that we call YouTube, or the mods that we do or do not make. And I don't know how to make mods, so don't try to think this is like a free paid advertisement. I can barely freaking code Excel. My point is that I think Valve needs to take a really big step back and readdress this and re-release it at a later date. I think that you will get better quality. Money will drive competition, and I think you'll see something better for it. Now, the loophole that everyone immediately pointed out that I think they really need to focus on is what happens when future game releases break mods. And for anyone to say that that doesn't happen is a complete lie. I cannot count the number of times I got some add-on content for World of Warcraft that was out of date by a patch, and I couldn't use things that I was used to using, and it was highly frustrating. The difference is I paid nothing for it. Now imagine if I paid something and because of some goofy patch, it broke. Now, how many people are making mods for games? How many more acceptance tests do the coders of the actual game have to do to ensure that each and every paid mod works? That's where the difficulty comes in, but that's not my problem to solve, Valve. That's your problem to solve. If you want to put a price tag and you want to get my hard-earned money, you better make sure that my investment is protected. Because the second that I go out and buy something that doesn't work from you guys, I'm done. Case in point, DC Universe Online. I paid a lot of money in DLC that didn't deliver the way I thought it should. And guess what? I don't play anymore. It's as simple as that. Always, always, always understand the consumer is going to get their way. It's just the way it is. And I'm not being entitled, and I'm not being a spoiled brat. I'm just telling you guys the truth. And I love you guys to death, and I love your service. And you can't see, but I got it open on my desktop right below this recording window. I'm getting ready to dive into some of your games. I'm checking out your sales. I am a very active user on your service. So thank you guys for taking the destroyed PC universe and making it something good. But now that you have the power, take the responsibility, put some thought into this system, and let's re-release it, and let's make it work. Because I know if there's anything that is true out there, it's that people will give you money if they are pleased with your product. Look at Patreon. Look at YouTube. Look at how all these subscription-based services are blowing up. It's just the way it is. People pay for radio now. Radio, Spotify, Sirius. The list goes on and on. There's money to be made if you do it the right way. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm way off base on this, or do you think that the Valve experiment proves we are not ready for this now or ever? Sound off in the comments below. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Do me a favor, comment, rate, subscribe, and let me know what you think. I love your feedback. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.